evening. Happy Monday and welcome to Power Talk. I am so excited to spend time with you again, and I'm hoping that everything a week so far. We're just beginning and we are rolling on into, this new month of April and Aries energy, and it feels really good. We got a good show tonight, and I'm just excited to share with you a dear friend of mine, Robin Rose. Robin is an author. She's a teacher. She channels Mother Mary, and she has led tours all over the world to really help people to get in touch with the divine feminine. And the thing and how I met Robin was many years ago, for many, many years actually. Robin hosted and coordinated the most amazing conference that I've ever attended in all of my years. The conference is called the Universal Lightworker Conference, and it was always in Florida. And I don't know, I guess I went 9 or 10 times and had just a life-changing experience every time I went. And then it wasn't the right thing. And so she quit doing it for a while, but she's back now with a brand new conference, a new format that is coming together beautifully. And the conference is called Reignite Your Light. So Robin, welcome.
Hello, darling. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm just so excited that you're doing this conference. It's just going to be so amazing to connect back with you and all the friends that I made over the years at the ULC. And
yeah.
It's a different time, it's different energy and a different format, but I know it's going to be incredible. You've got some amazing speakers lined up. A lot of them are actually going to be my guests on the show over the next few weeks so that people can get to know them. But can you share a little bit about Robin? Tell everybody about who you are and what you do and your beautiful connection with Mother Mary.
Oh, okay. Well, I basically am Robin Rose. And I think my most passionate thing I do is actually doing the events. When I did the Universal Lightworker Conference, I did that for almost 20 years. And I started doing it. When I started doing it, I did it in 3 states in the States and then also in Australia. So I took it, abroad and brought a lot of teachers there that had never been there, which helped really help their careers, which was awesome. I really love that. But I also do retreats, like you were talking about, the feminine divine, really helping people to really embrace that, because we're in a time now where we're shifting out of that dominant male energy, and we've got to really embrace who we are in the feminine divine. So that needs to be awakened in a lot of us. So I do a lot of trips, retreats and trips and so forth in sacred areas on the globe, basically, and that's basically designed to help people harness those energies from those places, because they're just like what they're like. They're vortexes and they're batteries, and they just really trigger old memory within our systems and just brings us to life. But not only that, it moves out a lot of that negative energy and starts putting a new patterning down, new grid work and so forth. So I love doing that. And then my connection with Mother Mary, Mary's been with me since I was 4. That's the first time I saw her. And she's just, who knows? She's just there, and I talk to her and she talks to me. I scribed my book, Mother Mary and the Undoing Process, from her direction. And I'm actually reading the book right now because I don't remember writing it. I don't remember. I'm reading it now and I'm going, what? I
know how that is.
It's so weird. Yeah. And so,
but I don't remember writing this. What?
Yeah. It's like I just kind of was there. But the interesting thing about it is now when I'm reading it and she's talking about, she wants to be appearing more. She wants to be connecting with more of us and having more people hear her. And because of that feminine divine, and she holds the light for that as the original feminine divine, she wants more people to be able to hear her. And so now I'm rereading this book and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to do that? Oh, you wanted me to help. Okay, so now I'm in a place where I'm actually putting something together so that I can actually teach people how to connect with her, as well as with angels, because, I do a lot of work with angels and I always have. But she's really coming in very powerful now with her, talking about grace, but showing us the power of grace and how that actually can thrust us forward with the feminine divine. So that's Mary.
And that's such an important concept. And I don't think a lot of people really understand grace, because grace is something that we get that we didn't deserve, that we didn't necessarily ask for. And it's something that is a divine gift that we get unconditionally. And, I think that grace is really kind of all about where we are right now, because things are moving along beautifully according to the divine plan. I believe, that's.
Yeah. Well, the divine plan for everything is really falling into place on a much more even basis than it was before, because so many of us are open to allowing those energies to move through where we weren't quite really, we thought we were, but I don't think we were. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been so much struggle. So now it seems like more natural, which is what grace is. It's natural. So, I agree with that.
So is Mother Mary going to play any part in the conference?
I never know. I never know. Yeah. She just randomly comes in and starts talking. She was the one I was telling you about the angels, about this new order of angels that have been released. When she brought that to me at the beginning of the year, and that was really powerful. And I was like, wow, I love all the messages I get, but that one really struck me because of how much I've worked with angels, but not with these angels, because nobody really has worked with them because it's a new order. And
so tell us what that means, because you and I were chatting about it, but I'm sure that most of the viewers here don't have a clue. So clue us.
Okay. Yeah. So as it is now, when we work with these angels, we have the traditional angels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. We have all those that we work with, and through, like Doreen, she worked with a lot of Doreen Virtue worked with, she really established these angels, this group of angels, which Mary refers to them as an order of angels. Mm-hmm. So those angels have in a lot of ways become, I don't know how to say it. We've taken them for granted, and we're starting to use them for silly things. Mm-hmm. When they're here to guide us spiritually, they're here to, introduce us to miracles, and they're here to help us grow and really bring out the word of God and who we are as spiritual beings to the rest of the world. That's their technical job, in a sense. They're called ministering saints in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So here we have these angels that we've been working with all this time, and in a way, they're losing, not that they're losing their power, but we're kind of taking their really God-given power away from them. So what Mary said is this new order coming in are angels that we've never worked with, and they're bringing in a much stronger, I want to say power, I guess it is. I'm not really sure how I would put it, but they're bringing in this influence for us that's very solid. It's like fresh. It's like, go to the market and you buy a fresh apple as opposed to one that's been sitting on the shelf for 5 days. Mm-hmm. The angels are all great. It doesn't mean that Michael's not helping us, because they're always there. But this other order coming in now is fresh, and they're like warriors. They're there. And they're like, we're here to help you, and we're going to get the job done. So they have just a much more focused power behind them. So she's asking us to call them in and start using them, because now that we're in this shift with the feminine and divine, we need to really ground that, and they're here to help us do that so that we can get to that middle point when we swing back, the pendulum swings back to balance. So really makes sense.
That falls in alignment with the information that I've been receiving from my guidance, which is not so much that the traditional angels that we've worked with, that their energy has been diluted. It's just that they have poured so much into us. They've raised us up to a higher vibration. And I kind of see them like angelic Sherpas. We're going up the mountain, and they take us this far, and now it's a new group of Sherpas that are going to take us up higher where the air is more rarefied. And
that's a better way of putting it, yes. Yeah. It was hard for me to find the words for it.
Yeah. And it's so important. Again, divine timing, that they're coming now, because we've got to make this leap of faith. into the balanced male and female, into the chalice, and allow this to occur. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So
it's awesome because it's fresh, it's like, it's just so new and it's so fresh and so alive. I mean, you just really feel the Spirit of God in it. It's overwhelmingly wonderful. So,
it brings me that. So has Mother Mary shared with you tools for how to work with these new angels?
Yeah, she actually started using that, taking the tools and actually making almost like a program. I've been working with Joelle, she works a lot with angels also. And we've actually been kind of putting a program together. But a lot of it is, the beginning part of it is actually you. It has to be focused on you. You have to become that clear channel for them to, and depending on what you want to do with them. I mean, they'll speak to anybody if you're open to it. But if you really want to do that work, it really is about moving aside. And so that's one of the things that, you've got to do the meditation. You've got to do the prayer. There are Kundalini meditations that are really awesome because you're moving and clearing your aura. You're balancing out the chakras and you're getting things so that there's an opening for them to enter because they've got to be asked to come in, and the clearer you are, the more work they can do through you. So we've been putting stuff together to be able to do that. And after the conference in June, we're going to have our first, it's actually, we're going to do a weekend workshop to kind of train the first people in this, what she's telling us to do, to get it out there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the conference, because I'm sure that there are people who are watching who are going to be intrigued by what we're saying here. And, you had me at hello to be there. I've so missed the ULC that, the idea of getting back together in that level of, vibration. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, the work that Robin does before a conference, you walk in the door of the hotel and she has prepared it. She's laid grids. Mm-hmm. The energy is pristine. It's all about love. And it's unlike, and I think that was what differentiated ULC from any other conference I'd ever been to, was the work that you do up front to make sure that it just is.
Yeah, well, this is a labor of love for me. So I love it. It just really, to be able to, you know how it is, to be able to see all those people and see how they all just drop all that humanism and just join together in this one cohesive package of people. It's just so beautiful. And I just love it so much. I love seeing that. I just think the human connection is the most important thing that we have, because we just ignite things in each other. And so, yeah. And also like you said, I stopped doing the Lightworkers Conference, and I kept thinking, I'm going to do another one, but I never felt that calling until last August. I woke up and God just said, it's time. And I was like, whoa, okay. So I just,
alrighty then.
Yeah, took the notes that I, as he talked, I took the notes, and then I called Joelle and said, hey, are you interested? And she said, of course. So, yeah.
So it's also hello too.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also the inspiration. It's not like, oh, I just want to do an event. Let's just do an event. Obviously I could do an event anytime, but if I don't feel it, if I don't really feel that Spirit is asking me to do it, I can't be a part of it. So that's why I took that break. And in that break also I've grown, I've changed. Spirituality has changed. The people that come to events and do things, they're much different now. So
we're not the same people we were back then.
No, we're not. And then, there's a new generation of Lightworker, and, like my daughters, they're powerful beings, and this stuff is natural to them. It's not like when I was younger. I always had the natural gift, but I still had to study so much and everything. And to them, it seems like it's just effortless. Yeah. And I want to be able to address that. And, that's why some of the presenters I have are younger. They're a lot younger. So, but they have something really beautiful to offer, and I can feel the Spirit, and I can see it in them, and I can see that it's what people are wanting right now. So it's going to be really powerful.
Yeah, so you've got keynotes of Dan Millman, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Dee Wallace, one of my dearest friends, and Robert Marks.
Robert Mack.
Robert Mack, yeah.
Yes.
And then there are a bunch of these younger women that I've never met before. I'm very excited because they're all going to be on the show, so you guys will all get to meet them. But I don't really know anything about them yet. So
no, they're fresh faces. A few of them. Wonderful. Well, they have they're in their genre or their space. They're well known. Mm-hmm. But putting them all together is the strategic thing of, making sure that every aspect of the human condition is addressed. So, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, all of it is addressed. So each of them have something that puzzle pieces together, and it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited. Just even, when I was putting the schedule together, it was like, I'm going to put this one here and this one here because this one's going to complement this one. So it's going to be, and then just the processing, I love the processing that we do, and the meditations and the dancing and, all of it, just all of it it's such a beautiful, it's soul transforming, and that's really important.
So are we going to have music and dancing like we did at the ULC?
Oh yeah. God says dance. I dance. Oh, of course. Yeah, because music is, it's that universal language that allows everyone. I mean, how when you walk in, the first thing we do is music. It shakes loose the nerves, and it just moves energy, and everybody can just flow with each other. And I think that's what makes people comfortable. It's just that everyone else is dancing so much. And I don't know if you remember, I remember this one gentleman named Steve that came to the conference. I think he ended up going to about 5 of them. But the first time he came, he sat in his chair and would not move. So I finally went up, took his hand, and then Joelle came up, and then a couple of other ladies, and we put him in a circle. We danced around him until he finally, did a little of this.
Yeah, right.
But next year he was there, and the next year he was there, and I'm still really good friends with him. So, it is a universal language to have the music, and it really helps people relax. So it's fun.
Cool. This is so exciting. So tell everybody how they can sign up. I'm sure that there must be still some space left, right?
Oh yeah. We'll keep going until we're full. So, you can go to the website for this particular event is reigniteyourlightevents.com, and you can sign up from there. But if you also, when you get on there, if you start looking at all of the presenters and go to their websites, because I really want people to know who's there. So I always put the websites for the presenters. There's always a discount for if you sign up through the presenters. So right now it's $279. But if you go to the presenters, or I think even your website, you have a promotion code on there for $50 off. So I will say this, though. Today I got a call from the hotel that said that they were going to do renovations at the end of the year, but they decided to do them June 1st. So we're moving to a new hotel.
Okay.
We're book any hotel rooms.
Yes, every time I've tried to make my reservation, I've gotten sidetracked.
Well, there you go.
That explains it. Okay. I was like, what is up with this?
Yeah, and they're really nice. They actually searched hotels for us, found us a better hotel on the water, but we want to confirm it all. Yeah, it's an upgrade. And I'm like, yeah, this is a blessing. I'll take it. So, we should have it confirmed by the end of the week, and then I'll get everything back up on the website. But, you can just, like I said, go to our website, reigniteyourlight.com, events.com, or Jean, even they could sign up at yours, and get that discount. And we'll keep selling until we're full. And we're expecting a pretty awesome event. They've always been great. So
you'll make space.
Yeah. And this hotel, interesting enough, this hotel allows us to grow. Okay. Where the one we were booked at, the Pier 166, was just a set number. And I kind of thought, well, this is pretty awesome. This is going to give us expansion space. And, I'm really hoping to have that, hoping to use it.
I think you're tapping into this higher group of angels, and they're orchestrating things up high for us, so that it's just going to be perfect.
Yeah, it's been a blessing all around. I mean, all the little miracles and all the little things that fall into place. And, it started with all women as presenters. And then Dan Millman emailed me and said, hey, I just did a 25th anniversary of my book, which one was it? Life's Purpose one, Life You Were Born to Live.
Yeah.
Would you like a copy? And I was like, oh, I should be inviting him. What am I doing? So I invited him, and then interestingly enough, I invited him, and one of the other ladies dropped out. And I was like, oh, there you go. And then another one dropped out, and then I called Dee, and she's like, yes. So it's just been a really beautiful blessing. The whole thing's worked.
Fantastic. So, reigniteyourlightevent.com.
Yes.
And, I think, well, first of all, I would love to meet all of you because there's so many of you out there in, Facebook and New Earth Television land that I have never met before. So this would be a great opportunity. But, I just already know that this event is going to be life changing, just like every other one that I ever went to that Robin did, because.
Spirit's there. It does its job and just wants us to celebrate it. So
I'm sure that there will be a lot of our of old friends who come together through this too. People that I haven't seen in a million years.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm looking at the names of people who register, I'm like, oh, wow. And I remember. I don't know how. Because I'm one of those, can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I can remember all the people that are at my conferences, 500 people in a room, and I'm like, so I'm really excited to see them all again. I mean, it's been a little bit of time, and I'm just wanting to see where everybody is and, just really see what, Spirit has in store for us when we get there.
And Robin, what is your personal website? So if they want to go find out more about you and your conferences, how can they find you?
It is IamRobinRose.com.
Okay, perfect.
There, it has all my retreats and all my courses, and I have a retreat coming up in Hawaii at the end of the year. So looking forward to that. We just went to France and went to Lourdes, and that was awesome. So we're going to stay this side of the country now.
All right. Very good.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. So, for the next few weeks, you're going to get to meet a lot of these presenters. So please join me back every Monday at 7:00 right here on Facebook and on newearthtelevision.com. And, I can't wait, Robin. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah. I love you, dear. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
And viewers, remember, until next time, that people who take responsibility for their lives create the reality they desire. I love you all. Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.